Shield Hero is not the protagonist we wanted, but he's the one that we definitely needed. Hello everyone, I'm Briggs and welcome to All Day Anime. Today I'm going to be talking about the Shield Hero and why I think he's a fantastic main character. Or rather, that he made the choice to become one. In the beginning, he seemed like a naive, nice guy, who reacted in a pretty realistic and relatable way anyone would if they were transported to a fantasy world. Unlike the other heroes who seemed to instantly adapt, just another Monday morning. Anyway, he ended up drawing the short straw of the heroes, having only a shield. Quickly, rumors spread of his naivete, lack of knowledge, and overall weakness. Thus, he ended up with no party members and being looked down upon by the kingdom. It gets taken even further when he gets framed and falsely accused of rape along with all his money and armor being stolen. This nice, genuine, friendly dude just hit rock bottom. And because his power lies within his defensive abilities, he can't kill strong monsters to level up. And because he can't level up, he can't fight stronger monsters, especially without a party. And at this point in the episode, if I had to make a prediction, I would think the show would turn into this cool underdog story wherein which the righteous protagonist works his ass off, maybe makes a couple of friends in the village that join his party, learns the true power behind his shield, and proves everyone wrong, becoming the hero of the story. Kinda like early Naruto being segregated within his village and his journey to be accepted and become the Hokage. Boy was I wrong. His personality took a 180. He became the villain they wanted so badly. Nothing too over the top, but he did what he needed to in order to survive within the cruel world that he was transported. He's no longer a nice guy that will let people step all over him, and he will do everything he needs to in order to succeed. Whether it be threatening merchants with monsters in order to get a fair price, considering the use of slaves to use as party members, or in other ways we don't know yet, I do think the addition of slaves within the story is an amazing and smart move, considering that he could be just freeing them and they could decide to join his party, so he could be a good guy from the shadows. But from everyone else's perspective within the village, he could be a terrible person using slaves. I personally fell in love with his character because of this transformation. He became an asshole in order to deal with assholes. Clearly an absolute mad lad. However, I do think behind this facade remains a nice guy. He threatens people in order to receive a fair price, not a better price, but a fair one. Paid back the one dude who helped him, and is willing to even give some thugs a chance. And when the time comes, I think he will emerge from the ashes as the Shield Hero. And this, my friends, all happened within episode 1. It's got a lot of dialogue and is a little slow, but I do personally recommend it, and I have a strong feeling that this anime will turn out pretty well. Yo, what's up guys? I was just editing and I came across some interesting stuff by the Anime News Network and people associated with the Anime News Network. I had heard some stuff about it, but I actually never looked into it, and I honestly just came across it while editing this video, and I feel like it's something that I needed to address. I'm just going to film it like this, just to be quick so I could get the video out today, and I'll have the tweet and the article on screen for you guys to follow along. But basically, Zach Bertsky, or however you pronounce his name, who works for the Anime News Network, tweeted out, "It's my understanding that the Shield Hero's chief motivation in the Rising of the Shield Hero novels is a dude getting revenge against a lady for making false rape accusations against him and has a harem of slave women." Personally, from what I've seen, I don't really get that feel, dude. I feel like everyone's just trying to be triggered today. It's an anime, dude. It's not real. Just letting you know. I think storytelling's allowed to have things like rape and slaves. Otherwise, Game of Thrones couldn't be a thing, you know? And I love Game of Thrones. I hate censorship, and I do not support censorship in any way. From my understanding, yes, he did get accused falsely of rape, and that's kind of what drove his him hitting rock bottom and his transition in personality and kind of realizing, wow, this is a cruel world I've been transported to. I need to man up and not let people step all over me. And personally, I think the use of slaves could be genius if they do it the way I think they're going to do it, in which case he could be freeing them. The girl doesn't look very happy in that cage, you know, and then she could help him because he needs party members because everyone looks down upon him. It's a win-win situation in that case. And still, from society's perspective, they're like, wow, this guy's fucking shitty, rapes girls and uses slaves, but really he's the good guy from the shadows. So I think, in my opinion, I think that's pretty genius. But whatever. Next we have an article by Nick Creamer, rating Burn It and Salt the Earth. I knew Shield Hero by reputation long before this season, so I was prepped for it to be one of the winter's most controversial anime. Oh, he was ready to be triggered before it even started. I knew that the young man from our world who's transported into a fantasy realm would be known as the unloved Shield Hero, and that the plot would commence with a false rape accusation that destroys his reputation. That by itself made me uneasy, so I should probably explain my reservations now. Framing a show around a false rape accusation doesn't automatically make for a terrible story, but it does potentially provide an indicator of where the author is coming from. Not everything's a statement, just letting you know. But whatever, let's continue. Though some authors are more transparent in their attempted social commentary than others, each choice a writer makes will carry with it some unavoidable real-world baggage. It's an isekai. It's a fantasy anime transported to another world. Personally, most anime for me are an escape from reality. Not everything has to be a social commentary. Not everything needs to trigger you. A false rape accusation isn't always the wrong choice, but it is always a weighty choice that relies heavily on context. I agree, and I think it was a good way to write someone fucking hitting rock bottom. That person tried to ruin his life and almost successfully did it. So now he has to make his comeback. We exist in a world where rapes are staggeringly underreported, women are constantly shamed and attacked for acknowledging abuses against them, and false rape reports are a tiny statistical aberration, vastly overshadowed by the number of assaults that are not reported at all. And I agree with that. I think it's an important issue, but I don't know if bringing it up while watching an anime is the thing to do, dude. Doesn't have to be this deep. You're making it this deep. Given all this, Shield Hero's premise feels like a tone-deaf story choice at best, and an indicator of the author's own feelings about women at worst. Are you fucking kidding me? In context, Shield Hero's premiere did every conceivable thing in its power to communicate that this was the latter case, but this author isn't just angry at women, his bitter paranoia extends to basically everyone around him. Dude. I hate when people say you're overthinking it, but you're literally reaching so much. This is actually laughable to me at this point. Sorry that I'm recording this like this. I don't really have the time right now, but this is a joke. This is actually a joke. It has to be. There's no way this guy's serious. I feel like people are just looking to be triggered nowadays, and it's so sad to me. I think what he's talking about are real issues, but you're writing a fucking anime review, dude. I'm going to be demonetized for this, and I honestly don't care, because I think it's something that needs to be talked about. These social justice warriors are actually pathetic at this point, and they do bring up real issues, but I think they're having the opposite effect. These are real issues that should be addressed, but when you are constantly trying to overuse them and reach to every little thing, like this author clearly hates women. Are you kidding me? What? In which case, Game of Thrones should just be banned right now. Part of the reason why people love it so much is because it deals with these dark themes of murder and rape and fucking barbaric savages and all that shit. Oh my god. I'm ranting way too hard right now, but this is just pathetic at this point. It honestly is pathetic. I'm so demonetized. Oh my god. Anyway, I don't know, let's fucking jump into a Briggs queue or something. On that note, guys, before we jump into the Briggs Q, YouTube's favorite Q&A series, if you didn't already know, I want to quickly shout out our Rant Cafe channel, where me, Nuxtaku, and Anime Uproar upload all our weekly podcasts. Link in the description. Yo, it's been a while since I did a whole face cam video thing, words. Leave your questions down below with the hashtag BriggsQ, and it might just be in my next video. But yeah, let's just jump into it with the first question by Trafalgar Law 429. Who's your favorite Black Clover character? Definitely Yami, the captain of the Black Bulls. Fun fact, I'm pretty sure Yami means dark or darkness. And yeah, that's his magical power. Cool. Next question by TSDS Naruto. Diver is the best ED. Okay. Is YouTube your only job? If not, what else? YouTube is definitely not my only job. I'm actually a student in marketing, hoping to graduate within 2019. In regards to like working part-time during the year, my two forms of income are YouTube and editing for Nuxtaku. And yeah, once I graduate, maybe I'll get a real job. Maybe I won't. Who knows? I'll probably have to get a real job, realistically. But a year's a long time. You never know what could happen. Next question is by Derva Comet von Hinten. Yeah, words. So why is Gyarados a flying type? Didn't hear any reasoning in this video. Clearly from my Gyarados video. And I definitely explained why he's a flying type. Like, within the game itself, it doesn't make sense why Gyarados is a flying type. But if you look at the history behind why they created Gyarados, it makes sense. Gyarados was based off of dragons, specifically Chinese dragons. And Chinese dragons can fly despite the fact that they often don't have wings. He's a flying type that can't use fly. I know it doesn't really make sense. Even further, like mythology and historical meaning, carp, I can't remember if they dive over a bridge or up a waterfall, and if they do that, they turn into dragons. And that's why they did Magikarp turn into Gyarados, which is based off of a Chinese dragon. I already talked about all this in my video, and I'm sure the video describes it a lot better. I'll link it down below if you guys want. Yeah, sure, why not? Next one's by Ben Wang. How did you meet and start working together with the likes of Nuxtaku and Anime Uproar? That's a good question. That's a fun question. It's honestly been a while, so it's hard to exactly remember. But in regards to Anime Uproar, I remember I was watching a live stream. Can't even remember whose live stream it was. And Anime Uproar was also watching the live stream, and we were just like talking in chat, having a good time. And he mentioned that he was wanting to start a podcast. I said I was down, and I thought it would be fun. And that's Rank Cafe. When we first talked in that chat, we were both around 2,000 subscribers. And then actually a couple months later, we actually met up at Anime North because it happened that we both live in Ontario. He's actually only like an hour and a half, hour 45 away from me. So I've met up with him a couple of times. He's a sick dude. In regards to Nuxtaku, I was honestly a little bit of a fanboy when I first like started talking to him. I had like 500 subscribers. He had like a couple thousand. Like, I specifically remember going back and watching his 100 sub special, which he kind of did a face reveal. It's no longer on his channel, but that's how far I go back with Nuxtaku. It's funny the dynamic between our relationship, because like I was a fanboy to him, but he viewed me as a YouTuber even though I barely uploaded and only had a couple hundred subscribers. But then as I grew, we had more of a common interest, talked about YouTube and stuff, and I'm actually the one who introduced him to Anime Uproar, Animac, and got him into Rank Cafe. And that's kind of how the whole dynamic started between Rank Cafe, between me, Nux, and Animac that you guys watched today. Hashtag Breaks Q, who is best girl, Merlin, Bon, or Lord Twigo? Oh, he sees right through me. In my last video, I said Merlin was best girl, but if I had to rank them based on the options you gave me, best girl, Lord Twigo, Bon, Merlin. Facts, the straight facts. Zayziad. Why am I even reading people's names at this point? The last person was Sanchi Aizawa. Hashtag Briggs Q. Top 3 anime powers you would have. Definitely teleportation. Teleportation would be my first pick no matter what. It'd be simple. Like, it's instant transmission or teleport to Aruba for a couple days. Jamaica. Come back on Friday for class. Got Friday classes this year. And I don't have to drive to school. I can just teleport to school. It'd be the most convenient thing. It'd also be cool in a fight. Like, I could just teleport behind you, nice little chop to the back of the head, you know? What other powers? I always liked fire. It'd be cool to have like a fire power like Natsu or Mustang. I can't think of anyone else who uses fire right now. But yeah, those people. And the third power, controlling time's kind of OP, so I'll make it like somewhat fair. I'll have the power of Zawardo. So not fair at all. Hashtag Briggs Q. This is stupid. Look at the time of this 16-minute video. 10 mins of it is Briggs Q. Learn to resize your video. No, I won't. You could come for the normal portion of the video, and if you don't want the Briggs Q, you can leave. But I make this Briggs Q for my subscribers who do want it and want to see the Briggs behind the all-day anime. I personally enjoy doing it. No one makes specific Q&As anymore because they do horrible. So I figured, why not add them to the end of my video, increase my watch time, make my videos do better, potentially make more money, and give the subscribers what they want all at the same time. I enjoy doing it. If I want to make the Briggs Q 2 minutes or 40 minutes, I could do whatever the fuck I want. Peace out, bro. That probably came across a little bit salty. Love that jab at Dragon Ball Evolutions. Hashtag BriggsQ. When butterflies fall in love, do they get humans in their stomachs? When butterflies fall in love, do they get humans in their stomachs? You're asking the real questions now. And I'd have to say yes. It only makes sense. Hashtag BriggsQ. Are the 2 spots on your neck vampire teeth marks, tattoos, or moles/freckles? So, long story. These 2 marks right here. I don't know if you could even see them. But when I was young, about grade 3, grade 4, I was walking home from school by myself, and a van pulled up and invited me in for some candy. Went in, and boom, it was a vampire. That was a pure Michael Scott moment. I had no idea where the story was going when I started it. But yeah, they're moles / I don't know, beauty marks, whatever you guys call them. But that, guys, is the end of the video. I do hope you enjoyed. Subscribe, like, do all the things. Round Cafe, link down below. Twitter, Twitch, honestly, all the things, yeah. I've been Twitch streaming a lot lately. But just like that, guys, I'll see you all next time, and Shinpaku.